Welcome back to the Rope Access channel. My name is Alex and this is the final video of my IRATA Level 3 reassessment. Let's get into it. One year ago I did my IRATA Level 3 reassessment in Poland at GoRope. GoRopes is a fantastic training institute. My trainer was Lukasz, right here on screen, and he guided the group of 6 Level 3 mixed levels through their reassessment. It was an awesome training, beautiful venue. We had a big group, we had 3 trainers, Level 1s, Level 2s, Level 3s, everything moving at the same time. We were perfectly hosted, great food, great coffee. Everything was good. If I will have to do it again, I would go again to Lukasz because he's a great trainer, some knowledgeable staff on there as well. And thanks to Mate. Special shout out to you, my friend, for all your good care you took of me. All right, so let's get into the video. I will press play right now. 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go.
Alright, third exercise. The mission will be mid-transfer rescue and the access is through there. I go up, down, get the casualty, take him out of his whatever it is, go down, pass some knots, pass the knots and do a rope-to-rope transfer. Let's do it!
Like in previous videos, I will talk.
I will be using the spark again.
In between,
just to switch things
to explain a little bit more.
Back up on, I don't have the locker presto thing because I don't know where it is. Somebody took it. Get my Jumar. Keep the rope management, try to keep it as clear as possible. Get a foot loop. Here, lock all the carabiners, 1, 2, 3.
So this is not the final video or the final exercise I did, but I think it's the final video I have footage of. The final exercise I have footage of. There was a lot going on and filming all the time. It's not always beneficial for the practicing exercises. But this one I wanted to film.
Sure. It will be a little bit easier.
So my Pan 10 kicked out a few times, like 2 or 3 times on this ascent. Maybe he was holding the rope as well, I'm not sure. But I asked him to hold my backup line so I could ascend the backup.
Yeah, that should work, thanks. So I'm going bigger steps than normal. It keeps popping out.
If you want to learn to ascend like this, watch the video up here. The great video I did at the rescue in the Netherlands with Saskia from the Yes Ma'am rescue team.
This needs to be here.
So as you may have seen, I've just released a long-term review of the Spark. This was one of my first weeks where I used it, and this was the one exercise where I actually used it as the main descender. So I'm still getting used to it. You can watch the review up here.
Right. Ready to descend.
But because I did some more training this week, I went into this sort of unprepared. I looked at it, I thought, oh, it's a mid-transfer rescue, I've got 2 descenders. We're probably good to go, we'll see. Sometimes I like to go that way. On assessment day I don't do it like this. I think about it and prepare and take 2 backups and 2 whatever you need to make life easy.
Here. Then, very important, I have to do some ball management. Because all the rope access techs out there know. All the male rope access techs out there know. Sometimes you just have the bad ball day. I don't know if there's a female equivalent to that, but I'm having one today.
Let me know in the comments, is there a female equivalent?
Sure.
Probably is though.
I want to get a different Grion later on because this one is, I don't like it. Alright, that's going. That's all properly connected. 2 connections there. Let's go to the casualty.
So you see me all the time, just I move quick, click, 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 and then stop, and then just take a moment to look again.
Because, well, why not?
And if I remember correctly, I was under the assumption that this was a really mid-transfer rescue, but the Casualty is in a loop. So my plan I'm changing right now will not work, and I will change back to a different plan. I just want to give a little shout out to Haeger Stunt and Wire Works in Berlin. Great guys, did a great training there for Stuntrigging exercises. You can watch the interview I did with Keir Beck. Super fun stuff. And Ralph is a beautiful human. Really a pleasure to meet you.
So I'm gonna go into that backup line over there.
So right now I'm realizing that it's not a mid-transfer, but a loop.
Oh wait, it's a loop. It's a loop. Then it won't work. Okay. I will do back to the original plan. That works for mid-transfer, but they rigged up a loop rescue. So, bottom point. Take him in a little bit. I will descend a little bit. More going down. Need to get used to that. Alright. Time to put the Casualty in there. Okay. I go down. More. I will put it there.
I'm checking where I want it and aim for that and just clip it in. Just make it like one smooth motion.
So I have two.
Again, checking my points. Leave a comment if you think you should tie a stopper knot behind that progress adjust.
And that beautiful Matti, my friend.
Here we go.
I love you. Thank you very much for this. Yeah. Otherwise, why make it easy when you can make it hard?
He made it hard.
I like it.
It was a good exercise. I love this exercise.
So my friend Matti, he put the ascender on the counter tight as well. I already did the... Okay, let's clean up on this side first.
So he descended onto the...
No, I don't mind, it's good.
Onto the
I just
ASAP.
didn't pay attention to it, so that's my lesson learned. So I've unlocked ASAP, let's see if I can...
I'm using the pan 10 to take some stretch out of the rope, so I can move the ASAP a little bit. That's why the pan 10, the foot ascender, it's so good.
I'm doing stuff, I will check 2 points, 2 points, 1, 2 points that way. So I can undo this ASAP. Just leave it there for a second. Now I can lower him out. Like so. Use his rig. I'm going to change the Casualty over to his own descender, so that will give me more control. What the fuck? There. I'm not gonna lock it because I will keep control, and this time I will do it a little bit different to have equilibrium.
So I'm not locking it because when I take him out of his chest ascender, I want to immediately take in the rope so that I get slack on the hand ascender that's tight.
I will get my ascender. No counter needed.
I could have taken my foot loop just from his hand ascender maybe? No, the distance would be too big.
I'm going through the little top of the... what's it called? The chest ascender. There we go. And I will be pushing this way. Get control of the loop, do some more rope management, because before he goes any lower, I want this to be on that side. Make sure that he is not in the loop. Rope's going that way. So it's over him, and that should be okay.
In this case I like to keep the loop on the far side of the Casualty, because we're gonna go towards me, so we cannot get into the loop, but I know that the loop will be pulling sort of away from me. Because it's always bad when you end up in a loop with a Casualty. I can't get my foot in, so I first lower the hand descender. And now I push the hand descender up. You don't need much for this, because we're going at an angle to the side. It's fairly easy. You see, I'm hardly doing anything. Taking out slack, locking the descender.
Counterbalance out of the chest descender, pulled in some slack that gave me enough to de-weight the handle descender up there. Clear off my gear. Back to original length.
Checking the ropes, checking the hand descender, taking it off. Rope management.
See what we can do about some casualty management, or that I wait for it until I'm a bit further in the process. Alright, he can be lowered. He will be onto me. I can undo this. Cowtail.
So right now I took the Casualty on the ventral D-ring instead of the sternal D-ring, which I normally do, because it's easier. But now I feel like you have to do Casualty management, but sometimes it's better to wait a little bit longer with that, to make the rope management easier. Because I need him to be fully on me, and he's not there yet.
Let's find out.
Again, you will see the Pantan, it's so easy.
A-set is moving. Okay, casualty management is too hard now. Let's start going up a little bit.
Just looking at twists in the rope and the rope path at the top of where my hand descender is, and the RAD system is gone. So if you want to know how I ascend up, I use the RAD system. The video will be up here.
So I'm using the Pantan on my foot. Like this, up through. So I created a little bit of a pulley system. Let's check the loop. Almost. So going like this gives me an angle which makes it lighter. If I have to go straight up with the Casualty, it's harder. So it's better to go a little bit further this way.
Makes sense, right? If I'm moving like this, it's easier than moving straight up. So when you can get that angle, you can use it. You'll feel it get heavier, and then you can lower out again.
That's fairly easy. Okay, let's see how far we get. Minding keeping the loop.
You see rope management again. Now, Before I lower off, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel to always be notified about a new upload. If you want to support the channel, the best way to do it is by subscribing and liking all the videos and watching them to the end, sharing them on your social media, of course. But the other best things you can do is head over to Patreon, www.patreon.com/theropeaccess channel, and become a member there. Patreon is a closed website where I have more control of what I want to do with the community. And if you become a member, you can become a level 1 member, and you pay about 3 or 5 euros. It's whatever you want, but the minimum is 3 euros or $3.50, I think it is, per video I release. That way you support the channel, and most of the revenue comes to me. If we would use YouTube, for instance, YouTube takes about 50%, so that's a lot of money. Other ways to support the channel, if you want to do a one-off donation, you can head over to ko-fi.com/theropeaccess channel. Links all in the description. You can do a one-time donation, anywhere from 3 to whatever amount of euros you want, just a one-time donation. Or on YouTube, you can do a super thanks. It's very easy. You just hit over to the button, slide it how far you want to the right. If we can get the subscriber numbers up and the revenue up, that will enable me to make more videos and spend more time on content. Content like this takes about an hour for each minute you watch on YouTube. So that's a lot of time, and then we're not even talking about the filming and the driving and the traveling and the thinking behind it and all the back-end stuff. I like doing it, but it would be really cool if there would be some money coming in so I can spend more time and approach more manufacturers. So subscribe, like, share, go over to Patreon, become a member. I do early releases there as well, so you get more information and more personal contact. All right, let's get on to the video.
All the way.
I keep looking why that third carabiner is in the... What's in that third carabiner in that sternal D-ring? Why didn't I take it away? That's kind of hard to see.
So I want to go the other way around, but the opening is clipping straight into this carabiner. Get like this.
Kind of a heavy move to do.
Done. So now it's a little bit more upright. Heavy move for sure. Right,
heavy move for
let's
sure.
See what we get. Ready to go down.
So now I had to pass some nuts and into a rope-to-rope transfer after that.
There it is. Lucas. Or I could do them on this, then they're at the same level. Because now I'm in my descender, they will be a little bit... I will do the knots first? Yeah, sure. Okay. You're the boss, man.
What's your style of tying the... I like the way he ties his butterflies.
Let's do the knots first
and then the rope transfer.
over there.
Ah, and then I need to stay a little bit high. Okay. Yep.
So the rope transfer was longer or larger than I thought it would be when I started. So that's why you always try to maintain your height as long as possible. It's always easy to descend down a little bit more, but it's always hard to go back up.
Yeah, I think. Go down. So this is the first time descending with a Casualty on the spark.
Oh, it's going to be so smooth.
Oh, that's smooth. I like it.
Yeah, it's a great descender. I love it.
I will go about a meter and a half above the knot. Time.
And yes, sometimes I get confused when I have to tie a butterfly with another knot in there as well. So I'm just moving the knot up. If you want to see a video on this technique, again, there will be a link in the description somewhere. Description for sure, and up here. I think I can only link 5 videos, maybe I already did 5, but I will put this one in, I think. At least it will be at the bottom. Basically, if the knots are at the same level, you just make one knot higher and then higher out of frame, so like this. And then you can just make a rope-to-rope transfer underneath one knot. It's not a very hard technique. But if you do this on really long ropes, like 50 meters, then you really have to think about it because of rope stretch. Then maybe you need to do something different.
So I clip my second descender on both the carabiners, including the short link to the Casualty. Going the rest on the megawatt, like this. Then I go 50-50.
I could have made it higher, and I could have dressed my knot properly.
That's locked.
It looks disgusting.
To this rope, I keep going. Open that way. Take out the rope. Lock the descender. Friction beating for this device. That's running.
Looking at that knot, thinking like, what did I do? I could have taken the Casualties ASAP, but I'm taking another one. I think the Casualty had a Petzl ASAP lock, which would have been easier, but backup is a backup.
I will go to the left. To the left. Thank you. Get the spark to go on the other side. Again through both carabiners.
So yeah, if I would do this again, like loading the rope, I finally figured out my way. Very quick. It took me some getting used to. And I'll say it again, great descender. I'm a big fan. What am I doing? Okay, I'm going to use a rescue sender with a roll clip. Because I'm thinking I need to go move up again a little bit. Again, one of those things, because the rope path is different in the spark, I had to think about it.
I know I need to ascend that way, so I'm not going to push down like this with my content, but I'm going to push down in the same vector.
And if my rope is in this vector, I'm not going to push down like this on the rope, but I'm going to push down like this. And that way I will kick the rope past the Casualty instead of onto the Casualty as well. Now in practice we don't really care about the Casualty, but in real life I remember days when in training I actually stood on the Casualty, or we used like a 100-kilo barrel filled with water. Very good for practice because you can just stand on it.
Pushing away in that direction.
There we go. Now you don't really see it, but I'm actually ascending fairly easy. Again, going in an angle like this, so it's not that heavy.
Let's see where we end up. Friction carabiner.
Alright. Yeah, easy.
Nice and controlled. Friction beaner out. rope out. Lock the descender.
So you see, what do we have here? It's about 22 minutes. Oh, yeah, it's 22 minutes to perform a mid-transfer rescue, rope-to-rope transfer, and passing knots. You can do quite a lot in an hour. You can do 2 of these exercises in an hour if somebody else prepares for you. Easy days. So yeah, good exercise, good fun, fairly easy. If I look back at it, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. This was the final exercise I filmed. I filmed a little bit more about the equipment I used, but my microphone didn't work. I tried a new setup and the microphone didn't work, unfortunately. And maybe I will release that as a bonus video, and you have to deal with a lot of noise in the background and not so good, but I talk about the gear I use. So if you want me to release that video, just leave a comment, and it doesn't take that much time editing, I think, but the audio is really, really bad. But you can hear what I'm saying. So again, thanks to Go Ropes, thanks to Lukas, thanks for Matti, thanks to all the other people from Go Ropes for the support. It was a great week. My assessment was a really nice assessment, a really good assessment. The assessor, Marcus, he was a really cool, calm guy. He was not teaching. He has his checklist, and that's what he wanted to see. We did the exercises. He didn't make it unnecessarily hard. He was strict, fair, and for the first time in an assessment, I got to use the ActSafe ascender because he had already seen me perform a whole, so he knows I can do it. I was guiding a team, and he wanted to see how I would handle putting in a device that's sort of uncommon in training, and how I would deal with that. So it saved some time. It was a fun exercise. I didn't film it because it was assessment day, of course, but it consisted of a cross haul. So hold the dummy up, cross hold it further up, put it on a diagonal tension lines, and land it on the ground somewhere else where I had a rigging going, a large Y-hang rigging, and put the dummy on the ground. So that was again, a good exercise. I did my proper preparation. Maybe I will do another video on that, and I'll act it out, or not act it out, but redo the exercise in the training center at Indische Klimmen. Maybe it's a good example. Leave a comment if you want to see how I approach that and my preparation during assessment day, and how I do it, how I deal with doing a team rescue in an ideal environment. All right, that's it for this video. Let's keep it a little bit shorter. Stop talking. I will see you in the next one. Stay connected. Peace.